Welcome to Fredo's Football Talk. I'm your host, Fredo. Today with me is that boy DC, that boy Steven in the back over there running everything. My boy Jerron couldn't be here today, but he will be missing this episode. Hopefully he'll be back next week. But my boy DC, what's up, my boy?
What's going on, Fredo? Another sad Sunday, the first one, and so it begins.
Yeah, man. Like I mentioned to you, before we started, man, like Sundays are pretty much boring now, man. Yeah. Without football. I know the XFL started off this week. I don't know if I have the energy to follow that, man, but I know that is back in there, and I know the XFL, man, is partnering up with the NFL, try out some new rules.
Yes.
I guess they're in partnerships now, which I think is awesome. The stuff that they want to experiment, they go try with the XFL. The one thing I did see DC on the XFL, man, I don't know if you saw this, top of my head right now, man. Like basically this episode, man, we go golf dome and we just go talk about stuff that we want to talk about. But I saw that they kicked off from the 25, but they couldn't move to the receiver catch the ball.
Oh yeah,
and they're like 10 yards apart from each other. So you eliminate already injuries like that. I think that's pretty safe right there. I think that's pretty smart. But yeah, man. Did you catch that right there?
I seen that. It took some getting to the used to getting to that different, but like you say, for safety reasons, it's gonna work out for them. I watched like the second half. I think that San Antonio and St. Louis game, which turned out to be a good game. They were down by like 13 in the fourth quarter, and came back and won it.
Yeah.
So it's got some interesting points and some stuff the NFL may take away from that and use it. I noticed on the point after touchdown, if you start from the 2-yard line and score, it's 1 point. If you move back to the 5-yard line, you get 2 points.
Yeah.
If you move to the 10-yard line and you score, that's 3 points.
Yeah.
So that could be something they could look at in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. I like the fact that like I said, they're working with the NFL. Yeah. And also you got some cities that haven't had a team. Who knows that might expand as well. You got San Antonio that has one. St. Louis, I believe.
Yeah.
So these are potential markets that possibly could get a team in there some way, somehow. It all depends.
Yeah.
Also, I saw, you got ex NFL players that used to play in the NFL, playing in the XFL right now. The top one that comes out of my head, AJ McCarron.
Yeah, I think he played for St. Louis. That was the game I was watching.
Yeah. So you got him right there. I want one of the best coaches of defense, Wade Phillips. He coaches the Roughnecks of Houston. But yeah, man, like those are the names that just popped out of my head that I was like, man, that's pretty.
Josh Gordon playing.
Josh Gordon
for Seattle.
No way.
He was the receiver in Ben DiNucci, which is a former quarterback for the Cowboys. Backup, he's the quarterback for Seattle. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Josh Gordon plays for the Seattle team.
Oh, okay. Hey, who knows, man? Yeah. Like Josh Gordon has some
stepping stone back in the league.
Hey, maybe. Yeah. Maybe, absolutely. I feel like hopefully the XFL can play a full season this time.
Yes.
I know last time when XFL was up and going, it was that COVID year, unfortunately, and they had to start mid-season. But to me, when that was happening, man, I was looking forward to the XFL games.
Yes.
It was something good. It was a little gap between the end of football season and the NFL season to baseball season, so they give me like a little gap. I got to watch some type of sport, like those who don't know me, basketball is not for me.
Right.
I don't have love. I have love for the game, but I just don't have interest in the game of basketball, man. But baseball and football, those are the ones I could get into. But yeah, man. But there's some news in the NFL, man. Let's go jump back in the NFL real quick. Derek Carr, man.
Yeah.
Big topic right now. He's officially let go by the Raiders. Very interesting. So the Raiders saved $40 million this season, against their cap hit by releasing him, man. Yeah. What do you think on that, DC?
It's interesting. I just still can't see how they got to that point. To now they have nobody. You released him, and you have nobody. And if you're banking on Aaron Rodgers, that's still that is no guarantee.
Yeah,
you may be almost starting over with one of the best receivers in the league.
Yeah,
and he visited with the Jets this week, and there was no deal done.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing he's just going to play his cards and take the highest bidder eventually. And of course, the Jets, they could use him. He'd work. I don't know if they'd win a Super Bowl with him, but of course he'd work. And the Jets were saying if they can't get him or Aaron Rodgers, the next guy on their list would be Garoppolo. And if they can't get Garoppolo, they may call the Titans and go from Tannehill. Yeah. Which I'd be fine with that.
Yeah.
Just depending on what they're going to get back in return.
Yeah.
And what the Titans have planned as far as quarterback coming up in the future. But like the Jets are a loaded team, and another guy that was in the mix is the Bears been talking about wanting to move Fields.
Yes.
Yeah, and he's one of the names come up as far as can go to the Jets.
Yeah.
He can reunite with his college teammate, the receiver, Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson.
That'll be a connection. So that's going to be real interesting, like I said, especially with Chicago in that one spot and what they're going to do with that. If I'm them, I'd hold on to it and I'd just trade back.
Yeah.
Because you already know what you got in Fields.
Yeah.
Young might be good, but you still don't know what you got.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying they'd take Young just to start over on a new rookie contract. But I'm like, you know what you need to fix Fields. You had him 2 years, you just put some players around him, and you should be okay. And with the spot you're in, you should be able to trade back 2 or 3 times and get maybe 2 or 3 starters in the first round, the way this thing is looking.
Yeah.
So if I'm them, I'm just trading back, collecting picks.
Yeah.
And we'll move on from that point. Because they're just a couple of receivers away and maybe an offensive lineman, and they'll be okay.
Yeah.
They'll be able to catch some defensive players in the second round.
Yeah.
So if I'm them, I'm just sticking with Fields versus going with the Young route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was the Bears, man, like, look, all right, I get it, man. Like, you have potentially 3 good quarterbacks coming out of here. Now, let's go back to 2017 when the Bears moved out to get Trubisky.
Yep.
Out of the 3, they got the worst one out of it, man. With Trubisky. You had Mahomes, you had Watson. You had options, man, but you picked the wrong one. So the Bears right now, if they stay with what's his name, Fields. If they stay with Fields, you know what you have with them already.
Yes.
Like basically he was your running back and quarterback at the same time because he didn't have no one to throw it to. He didn't have time to throw it. You know. So I say, like you just said, DC, move down to the draft, get some capital with draft picks, build around him because, I get it. You're going to get another quarterback, even in a cheaper deal for, like a contract years wise.
Right.
Basically, you go start all over again. Now, I know that the coach right now, I don't know if he's committed to Fields or not.
Right.
Who knows? The front office is committed to Fields.
Right.
So I get it, man. It's tempting having that number 1 pick overall because right now you have the option either stay at number 1, trade your number 1, or pick a quarterback at number 1. I mean, what do you do for the Bears, man? What would you do? Me, I would trade my picks for more picks.
Right.
And you got a bunch of teams out there are willing to give up ridiculous to get that number 1 spot. If you fail this year with Fields, hey, you know what? You got your picks. Move up next year.
Yes, exactly.
And the next quarterback class is coming.
And Caleb Williams.
Exactly. You got these quarterbacks coming up next year as well.
That's right.
Don't give up everything. Don't show all your cards right now.
That's right.
Right now, with the Colts, they just hired the new head coach. What's his name? Steichen. All right. They had a press conference. The owner from the Colts said, "Yeah, we're going for a young quarterback." The Colts already showing the cards to the whole league.
Yep.
We're coming from a quarterback. So, if I was the Bears, take that.
Yes.
And bleed everything.
I'd pimp them.
Bleed everything the Colts got, man. Take all them picks away because right now they're desperate.
Yes.
Take advantage of that. Now this is me, like from a division opponent. I don't want the Colts to do that.
Right.
But I'm putting my NFL hat on, so I don't have no size in this. But the Bears should take advantage of teams like the Colts.
Absolutely.
Should take advantage of the teams. Which other teams that need a quarterback? Atlanta.
Yes.
You know, and Atlanta was one of those teams that was willing to give up a lot to get Deshaun Watson as well.
Carolina,
exactly. Yeah. And you know, these are the teams that you have 3 potential teams that are willing to,
no doubt,
open for bids.
That's right.
Take advantage of that, Chicago. Don't make that stupid move like y'all have done in the past.
Yes.
And please, man, like, do not draft the quarterback this year. Yeah. You already have one already.
That's right.
Stick with that, and y'all should be fine.
Yeah.
But maybe Chicago have a potential way to mess that up.
Yeah, they do.
Go ahead, DC.
There's no reason for them to get cute, you know. If you trade with the Colts, you're sitting right in the 4 spot.
Yeah.
Arizona's in the 3 spot. They're not taking a quarterback. They're not interested in getting a quarterback. I see them taking one of the 2 defensive guys. You sitting in 4, there's one of the 3 quarterbacks left.
Yeah.
And guess what? People are going to come knocking again in that 4 spot. Take more first rounds.
Yeah.
Get so much ammo that you already set up for next year's draft, like you were saying. If you have a bad year, guess what? You're already in the front of the line with the draft capital you'll have for next year. And that's the only way you got to look at it. But don't mess it up, Chicago. I understand that the GM, this may not be his quarterback, or the head coach, this may not be the quarterback that he wants, but I still think you're in a great position. I hate to see y'all trade him away and the guy just go and explode somewhere else.
Yep.
And then you mess around and the guy you pick flames out, and you're like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You know, and then people getting fired, and you're really starting all over again. So you're in a real good spot. Just trade back and get as many draft picks as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, last time Chicago was even like a potential playoff talk, man, is when it had Jay Cutler.
Yeah.
You know, he's been out of the league already, 5+ years?
Yeah.
Maybe even longer than that, man. But absolutely, man. Like Chicago has a chance right now that they can have a potential run for that AFC North. NFC North. You know, and like right now that division is about to get weak. You know, but right now in the come up is the Lions. You know, I see the Lions potentially taking over that division in the next couple of years, man. So if Chicago wants to be right there and in the mix, Chicago's have to play it smart, man.
That's right. You got the quarterback. Just get to put stuff around him, because right now he may be the best quarterback in Chicago Bears history. If you go down the line and you start naming out quarterbacks that the Bears have had, most people wouldn't even know half the people.
Since the 85 Bears, mind you, the 85 Bears didn't win it because of the quarterback. No. They won it because of the defense and that running game.
Absolutely.
You know? So it wasn't because of the quarterback. The quarterback had to do the minimums to protect the ball.
That's it.
And he did it well, you know? But is he one of the greats? No. I'm pretty sure none of y'all can tell me what his name is.
Right.
You know? So I'm thinking about it right now. I don't know his name, is it? You know? I just remember Walt Payton. That's it. And the 85
Jim
Bears.
McMahon, I think that was the quarterback, Jim McMahon.
You know? The Bears, you know? Like, that's the only thing I know about the 85 Bears. It was that one of the best defense that the NFL has ever seen, top 5.
Oh, no doubt.
Absolutely. And then Walter Payton just running the hell of the ball.
That's it.
And that's it, man. That's all I know. But yeah, good point. The Bears have never had a legitimate elite quarterback.
Never.
You know,
and he may be the best one they've ever had already in 2 years.
And this is a franchise that has been around since the 1920s.
Yes.
You know, so that lets you know that running game and defense can help you out a lot, man. So
they're pretty desperate.
Yeah. But yeah, good point about that, DC. So you got trade talks already with Chicago, possibly one of the trade fails, and you got Carr. And now you mentioned the Jets.
Yes.
What about the Saints?
That's a possibility too, but they got a lot of work to do as far as cap wise.
Yeah.
And with the stuff with Alvin Kamara, I think they indicted him this week, this over the weekend. So that may be an out for the Saints. They may just go ahead and cut him. You know, I don't know if that's in his contract. If you do stuff stupid, that they could just void your contract.
Yeah.
But if it is, they may just go ahead and use that as an excuse because he got a huge contract.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, and then help him get under because they got a long ways to go.
Yeah.
That would work. The Saints would be okay for what Derek Carr is. Once again, he ain't gonna be no super. You ain't gonna win because of him.
Yeah,
you're gonna be in spite of him.
Yeah,
you know, you got to have a hellified defense.
Yeah,
you know, but he'll get you there.
Yeah. So we know that Derek Carr is not gonna. He's 31 years old.
Yeah.
You know, so if he does get a contract, DC, he can't get no more than 2 to 3 years, right?
Right.
And that's hopefully you get 2 years solid out of him, man. You just gotta hope and pray you got a good performance coming out of him, man. But he's 31. I mean, you got the Jets, you got the Saints, potentially also you got the your Titans, man.
Yeah, Tennessee, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name's been mentioned there too.
Yeah, his name's been mentioned there as well. You also got him potential talks also at the Falcons as well.
Yep, Carolina,
yes. Panthers.
Yeah.
I think everything. I don't think he gets signed right now.
Right.
If anything, I feel like he's gonna get signed maybe like around mid-April, maybe possibly by the draft time.
Right.
Because teams are gonna try up and move up and get some quarterbacks. Like I said, we got 3 potential ones that are out there with Stroud, Young, and Will.
Right.
What's his name? Levis. So you got those 3 potentials right there. And the rest of the quarterbacks right there can be either a project or send them in the bench for a year.
Right.
Like that quarterback from Florida. Richardson.
Yes.
Yeah. He's one that, you could take him late.
Yep.
And you just hope that he picks up the system pretty well. Who knows? It might. But yeah, man. So, Carr.
And that Richardson kid, I think somebody's going to reach for him and take him too early.
You think so?
And they're going to end up feeling like they just need to start him, but just because they took him early, and they don't have anybody on the roster that's actually just better than him that they would think. So, and I hope that don't mess his career up by doing that. You know, if you see the kid can't play, just take the hit on the first year. Put him on the bench and let him watch a little bit. Versus just some people just throw him out there to the wolves, and before you know it, man, they never catch up to the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Man, with this draft, man, I see so many trades that are going to happen.
Yes.
I'm not just saying Chicago standpoint. I also see the Cardinals trade. Yep. Either the Seahawks. You got Seahawks. You got the Lions. Yeah. And then they're from there. So you got 4 teams that you could trade up to the top 7 spot. Yeah. Those are potential teams right there. So then you have like Atlanta and Carolina and Vegas as well, because Vegas.
Vegas. Yes.
Vegas needs a quarterback.
Yep.
So you have 3 potential free agents this year. You have Garoppolo, Carr, and you have what's his name? Garoppolo, Carr, and which other quarterbacks coming out? DC.
Nobody's going to want Carson Wentz. You ain't even heard his name mentioned.
I guess it'll be just those 2 right there.
Those are going to be the 2 big names right there.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was one more, man. But I guess I just had a little brain fart.
And of course, Lamar ain't going nowhere. Well, he won't be one in the mention with those guys. He'll be on a different level.
Yeah. And that's another thing too, man. Like, so with Lamar. All right. So, before we get on to Lamar's subject, I think that Garoppolo is going to be the last quarterback taken. Not less if he goes in for a backup role, which I doubt it.
Right.
So I feel like Garoppolo is going to be the last quarterback taken from free agency, maybe possibly after the draft.
Right.
Yeah. But with Lamar's situation, so I'm right here looking at PFF right now, and these are projections of contracts. So they have Lamar right now for 5 years, $260 million total guaranteed. 260 total, but $208 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
They're projected for him to get that contract. Now, it's not a full Deshaun Watson type of contract, but that's still a lot of money, man.
Yes.
Yes. That's only maybe 52 million from a fully guaranteed. Yeah. But that's a hell of a good contract right there, man. So what do you think about that right there, man? Do you see Baltimore giving him that type of contract?
I really don't. I really don't, Fredo, because the last 2 years he finished the year injured. Didn't play at the end of the year. The last 2 years, and to jump out there and give him that kind of money, man, you could try to trade him and try to get some picks back, and you can still do this year with a different quarterback than Lamar. You can still get to the same place. I was just looking at these quarterbacks. Watson got 230 guaranteed. His team was 7-10. Kyler Murray, $189 million guaranteed, 4-13.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson, $165 million, 5-12. Aaron Rodgers, $150 million, 8-9.
Yeah.
And of course, the Matt Stafford, $130 million. That team was 5-12.
Yep.
So, man, just because you get those guys that money, that don't necessarily.
It's not guaranteed.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're out of that. And then your team looked like boo-boo for a long time.
Yeah. So
that's why I think they're going to end up trading him and somebody else will give it to him. I don't see Baltimore doing that.
Yeah.
Because, like I say, the man, the last 2 years, he finished injured.
Yeah.
What am I paying you for? Now, I would agree with the contracts if they put some incentives in the contract. If you do this, then this part is guaranteed.
Yeah.
This number of wins is guaranteed. This amount of yards of this. Then I can understand if you have to earn it, but just to sign it and say, here you go.
Yeah.
Man, that's the problem right there.
Just to sign it, that's $208 million.
Yeah.
Now, these are projections right here. We're not saying this is facts right here. These are just projections right here that we're seeing at PFF right now. So right now, man, like so far, one of his best years. So right now they got grades for him. This season right here, they gave him an 85. Last year's 21, they gave him 70. In 2020, it was at 80. So his grades look pretty good, but then again, like he didn't play much.
Right.
So he didn't play much as well. So, and then you still got another quarterback. You could use him as a gap. Geno Smith. That was the other quarterback I was saying. Right now, he's in trade talks. He's in contract talks with Seahawks. So PFF has this contract projection as $105 million for 3 years, $72 million guaranteed. Geno Smith.
That was a playoff team with that.
Exactly.
Nobody thought they were going to do anything.
Exactly.
And Lamar wants that. I don't think it's happening with him, man.
Yeah,
I really don't.
So Geno's contract looks affordable.
Yeah, and that's a good enough contract.
And he stayed healthy the whole year.
Bingo. And that's the type of team that they can go and draft a guy like Richardson
and they played,
put it behind Geno.
And they played in a harder division.
Oh yes.
So they played against the 49ers, offense and defensively, hell of a team. And then you had the Rams, even though the offense lacked this year, their defense was still pretty solid. And then you had the Arizona Cardinals.
Yep.
Say what you want to say about the Cardinals. They played decent this year.
Yeah.
The only question that they had was offense this year. But overall, when the offense did click, especially when D-Hop came back into the mix, man, they were putting up some good numbers there.
For him to miss 6 games and the numbers he finished with at the end of the year, had he played a full year, man, he might have been all pro.
Yeah.
Just looking off the numbers that he came through with.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
All right, so let's go back to Carr, man. So, like I said, let's stick with some quarterbacks right here with the potential contracts right here. Something, a projection, what they're looking for. All right, so we got Carr. They see Carr getting a 2-year deal with $60 million with $32 million guaranteed. Now that's a deal.
Yeah.
Hey man, you could go to Baltimore with that, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no man.
You got that right there. Now Daniel Jones, man, what type of contract do you think he will get? DC.
I'm thinking. Let's see. I'm guessing they're gonna give him they would probably say 4 years, 125 with about $50 million guaranteed.
Kind of close, man. Kind of close. So right here, they're projecting him to get this type of contract. 5 years for $200 million with 137 guaranteed.
Whoa, for Daniel Jones. 1 year of work. My God.
And Daniel Jones is only 25 years old. He looks older than that. But he's 25 years old, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 25 years old. That's a solid contract.
Yeah.
I don't know if I were to do a 5-year, I would go with the 4-year.
Yes.
If that was me, I would go with 4-year. And instead of giving him 137 million, I would give him 100 million guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to be tied up to him for that long, just in case it doesn't work.
Yeah, and when you're in New York, that's the problem you run into. You take that guy in the first round, and now he's got in his fifth year with his second head coach. So all you got is a 1 year sample of him and Daboll.
Yeah.
So that's making you think, well, maybe Daboll, he can get more out of him than the other coach was getting out of him. And hope that's the case. And then mess around and Daboll can't get no more than this out of him, and you stuck with the contract.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something they got to look into, especially got to sign Saquon. So they got some things to iron out too in New York.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we have Jimmy G's contract. Right here, they're saying that he's a bridge quarterback right here. So they're projecting Bridgewater to get a 1 year deal of $15 million, $12 million guaranteed.
Bridgewater?
No,
Garoppolo.
Jimmy G.
Yeah, I think somebody's gonna give him more than that.
You think
I
so?
don't think he'd sign it. I think he's gonna say, "No, I want to leave 3 years."
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you don't know what teams are gonna move up.
Yep.
What teams are gonna keep whom. I don't like I said, this is a projection right here. I see him get at least a 2 year deal for it. Same as Derek Carr, something like that. But yeah, other than that, man, like the other quarterback is Brissett, but we know Brissett's gonna be a backup.
Yeah, and he knows that, and he may end up in like Carolina with Frank Reich.
Yeah,
which Frank never had a quarterback in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
We don't really know what kind of coach he's gonna be because we never seen him with a legit quarterback.
Yeah,
I know a lot of us, we gave him hell and we knew he was gonna get fired at some point from the coach, but to be fair, he just never had a legit quarterback. And the fact that he went out there and asked for Carson Wentz, that's what got him fired.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz didn't show up for him. So it's gonna be a demand for him for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
And March 16th is the day that all teams must be under the salary cap.
Yeah.
So in between now and then, you're going to see some heads getting chopped.
Yeah.
Some contracts redone.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to get a real clear picture by the 16th of March of what these teams are going to start looking like in the free agency.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I already saw that the Saints are making some contract adjustments already.
Yes.
They're trying to, because the Saints are negative.
Yes.
Was it 55
million?
Yeah, so they're like the worst team right now, but they do this every year.
Yes.
It's like for some reason they have enough cap space to sign other players, man. So yeah, man, like the Saints have work to do, man. But so you want to talk about some free agents, running backs?
Yeah.
DC?
Let's roll.
All right, man. So right now, a top free agent running back is Josh Jacobs. He was ranked the 12th best running back of I'm sorry, I want to say he was ranked the first.
Yeah.
His first. Yeah. He was the number one running back this year. The highest grade running back, a 91. That's the highest grade that PFF is giving him right here. And they're projecting that he might get the franchise tag for 1 year, $10 million and $10 million guaranteed. Basically, a franchise tag, you guaranteed all that money no matter what. But it's only a 1 year deal. It's not like they're committed to him.
Yeah.
And then you got Saquon Barkley, bro. Another quarterback that they're projecting that he's gonna get a franchise tag for the same type of money.
Ooh. I don't think he signs it.
No.
I don't think Saquon signed it.
I don't think none of these two quarterbacks, but they're projecting that their teams are going to give them the franchise tag before March.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the one with with Jacobs, I understand why Raiders doing what they're doing because he had one good year in his final year. Basically, he was serviceable the first 4 years, but he exploded in the final year, and that's what you got to be afraid of.
Yeah.
He explode this year, you give him the big deal, and you never see it again.
Yeah.
So they want to see him do it again to make sure it's legit, versus just going out there and giving him a big contract to running backs, which just a hard cut, and they done for the year.
Yeah.
So they got to make sure they do their homework on that.
So what about Saquon? So how do you feel about Saquon?
We see some pretty good flashes in the beginning from him, so we know he can do it.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a durability thing, man. And I think he will be, but once again, it's just the running back issue as far as the big contracts. And you got Daniel Jones signed too, so that's the problem. The quarterbacks do, and the starting running backs do. So
Saquon is ranked the 15th best running back with a grade of an 80.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
There was some in the beginning of the season, man. He looked like he was about to explode.
Yeah.
It's like through mid and the end of the season, man. What happened?
Yep, when they started losing all those games, yes.
It's like, like when they would give him the ball, they would win games, man.
Yeah.
And like they just depend a lot on Daniel Jones to win the games.
Yeah.
I don't know why, man. Like
took it out of his hands.
Exactly. So next running back we got right here, man, is Tony Pollard. So they're projecting him as well to get a 1-year deal. I think they're projecting him to get the franchise tag.
Ooh, wow.
So they're projecting him to get a franchise tag from the Cowboys, and he was the 4th best running back.
Yeah.
With a grade of a 90.2. That's pretty high, man.
Yes.
Even though the Cowboys have a running back over there that's getting paid ridiculously, and your backup is higher than you are.
Yes.
So they're projecting him as well to get franchise tag for $10 million, fully guaranteed, all that.
Wow.
And he's 25 years old.
He's the one out of all of one. That's the one that I want, Pollard. But franchising him, and I don't. $10 million, and you already paying Zeke $16 million. That's $26 million a year just for two running backs. Ooh, no, man, I wouldn't. But if they want to keep him, I guess that's what they're going to have to do.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, they got to still deal with the tight end, and he's a free agent. They tagged him last year.
Yeah.
So if they're going to tag Pollard, they can't tag him. They got to pay him what he wants or let him walk with Schultz. So the Cowboys, he going to take a pay cut or something.
And remember, I said that.
On the Cowboys episode.
Yeah, I said that. It's like, man, Zeke, maybe not this year, but next year, which is
we're here.
Season coming up.
We're here.
Either the Cowboys have to make a decision.
Yeah,
he's like, hey man, got to take a pay cut, or we could look potential trades for you.
Yep.
Because overall, I think Pollard's a better running back than him right now.
No doubt.
Younger, 25 years old. Zeke is about what, 28?
Yeah.
29?
Something like that.
Almost up there?
Yeah.
Next quarterback we got right here, man, is Miles Sanders, man. Miles Sanders, he's projected to get a 3-year deal for $22 million guaranteed. $22 million total with $14 million guaranteed.
From let's say, well, I don't think it's going to come from the Eagles.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it's just in general in free agency. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. So we don't know what team, but this is the type of contract if a team does want him.
Yeah.
$22 million, $14 million guaranteed for 3 years, and he's 25 years old, and he was ranked the 37th best running back with a grade of a 71.1.
Maybe Buffalo.
Yeah.
Give him a call. Because I think that Philly's going to probably go the rookie route.
Yeah.
Being that they're going to have to pay Hurts.
Yeah.
So they're going to have to save a whole lot of cash themselves. And to spend that kind on a running back, they'd be better off taking the kid out of Texas and put him in the backfield. Save you a whole lot of money. Then $4 or $5 million a year versus that right there. So I don't think he'll be back with the Eagles like that. Not when they about to get a Brinks truck to Hurts. Yeah,
absolutely. The next running back we got right here is David Montgomery, man. He was ranked with the 67.9, 44th best running back. He's 25 years old, so his projected contract is $19 million for 3 years and $12 million guaranteed. Do you see that?
Chicago only because they have the money to spend.
Yeah.
But I think the backup's better than him. Khalil Herbert, I think he's a better running back, and he's still on a rookie contract.
Yeah.
So it's another one of those guys, hey, Buffalo,
yeah,
give him a call.
Absolutely.
Give him a call, man.
Buffalo, which other team needs a running back?
For sure.
Maybe the Saints now.
Maybe.
But yeah. So is there any other positions you want to talk about? So right now we covered the quarterbacks and the running backs.
Yeah.
You want to go wide receivers?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, hold on. Let me get all this right here. All right. So and these right here are just the top receivers from free agency right now. We're grading their contracts, projected contracts right here. Jacoby Myers, he's the first one to come out.
Yep.
He's 26 years old. He was he had a grade of a 75.6. That makes him the 27th best receiver coming out. And the type of contract he's projecting to get is a 4-year contract, $64 million, $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. He was solid. He's just been in a bad offense, man, up there in New England. So I think that'd be solid for the right team.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay. Next wide receiver is Juju Smith. Juju Smith. He's 26 years old. The projected contract he's willing to get is a 3-year contract for $36 million, $24 million guaranteed. And he was ranked the 43rd best wide receiver with a grade of a 70.1. No,
I don't see it.
That's too much.
That's too much. I'm not doing it. No, not at all.
All right. So here comes OBJ. OBJ. He's projected to get a 3-year contract for $33 million, $21 guaranteed for 3 years, and he's 30 years old. Man.
He's 30 now.
30.
That's teeter-tottering the line, but I think he'll get it.
Yeah,
I think he will. Just based off the name and the history, I think he will.
Yeah. And then you got Michael Thomas. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna let him go this year. The Saints. But so this is all, like hypothetical contracts right here. So he's 29 years old. They're saying that he might get a 1-year deal, I guess a prove-it deal,
right?
For 1 year, $12 million, $10 million guaranteed.
He may sign that on certain teams, like the Chiefs or somebody like that. But I don't see him signing anything less than 3 years. And if I'm a team that's contending, I'm taking a shot.
Yeah,
I think he can still play, man. I'm not looking at it. I think he didn't want to be in New Orleans no more. I really believe that, man. And when he got hurt, he just milked it out. I'm thinking, man.
Yeah.
And I watched the first 3 games, like we were saying last week. He was, man, the first of the year, the first 3 games, he looked like Michael Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, he's back on the sideline, hurt. But yeah, I'm taking a chance. One of those big teams that feel like they're close, or just a wide receiver away.
Yeah,
Cowboys, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Absolutely. Now the next wide receiver we got right here is DJ Chalk.
Yep.
He's 26 years old. Type of contract that he's projected to get is a $35 million contract with $23 million guarantee for 3 years. Do you see that for him, man?
Oh man, I don't.
You don't?
Not for Chalk, man. I really don't. He may be one of those guys that's third receiver on a team like the Eagles, the Chiefs, one of those contending teams.
Yeah.
Maybe if he goes somewhere like Buffalo.
Yeah.
Somebody, a team that's already knocking on the door just to come in and be a third receiver.
Yeah.
Take a pay cut just to try to get that ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Possibly, yeah. Now, our next wide receiver we got is Allen Lazard. He's 27 years old, projected to get a 3-year contract as well for $33 million guaranteed. $33 million total with $21 million guaranteed.
Yeah. It's going to take a team like maybe Chicago to take the chance because once again they got money they have to spend.
All right. Of all these I just mentioned, who do you see potentially like a number 1 or number 2 wide receiver?
Michael Thomas.
Michael as a number 1?
Yeah.
And what about Jacoby Myers, number 2?
He's gonna be a strong number 2.
A strong number 2.
Yeah, he's gonna be a strong. Just got to get him in the right system.
And what about Juju? You think Juju's gonna be a journeyman?
Yeah, that's what it's starting to look like. Yeah.
Man.
Yep.
All right. So Chalk, you say he's gonna be a 3.
Yeah.
Well, what about Lazard? He's gonna be like a.
He's gonna be borderline at 2 and 3, just depending on which team he goes to. Yeah, he's probably a 3, a strong 3.
What about Paris Campbell, a wide receiver from the Colts?
Man, this guy.
So he's projected. He's 25 years old.
Yep.
Still young.
Yes.
3 years, 23 million for $13 million guaranteed.
Yeah. I like it. He showed some flashes this year for the Colts.
Yeah.
But he's just on the Colts.
Yeah, exactly.
That was it.
Yeah.
But other than that, he showed some flashes. If he get a consistent quarterback, you'll see the real pairs. But until that happens, he just give you the same number he gave you this year towards the end.
Yeah. All right. And this year he took a lot of snaps, man.
Yeah.
This year he took almost 1,000 snaps.
Yes.
And from last year he had 177.
Yeah, he was hurt.
Yeah. So and in 2020 he only took 63.
Yep.
So he made a big leap this year, man. All right, DC. That's it right there for the wide receivers, man. Is there any other positions you want to check out?
Yeah, what the tight ends looking like?
All right, let's go to the tight ends real quick. All right, yeah. Schultz. He's the top tight end coming out from the free agency. Schultz. He's 26 years old. Type of contract he's projected to get is 4 years, $58 million, 36 guaranteed.
Not in Dallas. Somebody might give it to him, but not in Dallas.
Yeah.
Like I said, they got other money problems they got to worry about.
Oh no, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone.
They were struggling this past season to get the franchise tag with him.
And his season grade was a 68.3.
Yeah. Dope.
Yeah. So tight ends don't get that much of a high grade now, unless if you're Kelsey or Kittle or Andrews. And then your next tight end is Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Evan Ingram. Yeah,
Evan Ingram.
Yep.
He's 20 years old, so he's up there in age already. His grade for the season this year was 67.6. Yeah. So the top of contract he's projected to get is a 3-year contract for $38 million, 25 guaranteed.
Yeah, I think Jacksonville are gonna do that.
Yeah,
I think he stayed there because he came on strong at the very end of the season. Man.
Oh, he did, man.
Yeah, he was the best tight end for about the last 5-6 weeks.
So last year, he made a big improvement. Last year, he only had 723 snaps compared to this year. He had 996.
Yeah,
so his grade from 2021 was a 53 and improved to a 67 this year. Yeah, so he made a big improvement this year. Yeah. And then you got Mike Gesicki, tight end from the Dolphins.
Yes,
he's projected to get a 3-year contract as well. He's 27 years old, $39 million guaranteed, and $39 million total, 26 guaranteed.
I would do that probably, but I'm gonna move from tight end to receiver. I think they're playing him wrong.
Yeah.
In Miami, I think he'd be better off them just move him out to receiver because he's a pretty big guy.
Yeah,
and he can run. So if I'm the next team, or even Miami, try him out at receiver and see what happens. And that's my thing with him, change his position.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, your next tight end's Hayden Hurts.
Yeah.
He's 29 years old, so he's up there, man. But they're still projecting him to get a 3-year contract, a pretty affordable one as well, for $28 million, $17 million guaranteed for 3 years.
No, for Hayden, I don't see it.
No.
I don't see it. I think he was in Atlanta now.
No, he was with Cincinnati.
Yeah. No, I don't see that.
No, you don't see that?
Nah. They finna start shaving a little bit too.
Okay.
They got contracts coming up.
Next tight end we got is Austin Hooper.
Yeah.
He's 20 years old and his contract looks way cheaper.
Yeah.
He's projected to get $17 million, $11 million guaranteed for 2 years.
Titans, I don't think they're gonna give him that. He's good as a blocker.
Yeah.
But as far as and he can catch, but I think they found the tight end in the rookie this year.
Yeah.
So I think they'll probably move on. Or he's gonna take a considerably less. And the fact that the Titans are already hurting at the salary cap position. So like I said, here soon we'll find out by March 16th where all these guys are working at or not working.
Yeah. Can't wait for that, man. Can't wait till free agency comes up, man. All right, your next tight end, the last one right here is Foster Moreau. He's 25 years old. He's projected to get a 3-year contract for $27 million, $16 million guaranteed. Do you see that, DC?
I don't think so because we didn't see enough of him.
Yeah.
So he's been playing behind Waller.
Yeah.
Which he did get a chance to play because Waller was hurt. But I don't see him as coming out being a starting tight end for somebody. Maybe a Carolina, somebody like that.
Yeah.
Or and not even Tampa Bay, because I think they already have their tight end that they want. So maybe so. Maybe Carolina, somebody like that.
Yeah. You got any other positions you want to check out?
No, I think that's it, Fredo. But I was reading about D-Hop this weekend, man, and they said the no trade is voided now. Really? So they can trade him to wherever they want him to go. Once he got caught with the PEDs, that voided the contract. Yeah. So now Arizona can send him wherever they want to send him to. Yeah. And all these different teams been coming up, like the Patriots, the Cowboys, which the one that makes sense to me is the Cowboys. Yeah. So if he goes there, that'd be awesome, man. That would definitely change that whole team around. But like wherever he go, he gonna be good. He D-Hop, man.
Was that term you like to use, that he's quarterback proof?
Quarterback proof. Yeah. It don't matter where he go. Yeah. Him and Devontae Adams, those guys, man, quarterback proof. Wherever they go, they're gonna do fine. And if I'm Cowboys, I'm beating down the door. Yeah. By Schultz, Zeke, by whatever to get Hopkins here. Yeah. That's gonna be the game changer. You can get him and CeeDee Lamb, man. That's gonna be really, really tough. That's going to even put pressure on the Eagles, you know. So if I'm the Cowboy, that should be the number one guy on the list. Yeah, do it, make it happen.
I'm pretty sure Jerome be happy with that, man. Jerome be excited about that. Yeah. But not just him, man. The whole Cowboy Nation will be excited about that. Imagine having a duo like that one with the receiver. It's been a minute since they had something like that. Last time they had something like that, it was with what's his name? Cooper.
Yeah, when they would have Michael Irvin and Alvin Harper. Yeah. Yeah. So two receivers like that, man, just two basically number ones. Yeah. It's been a while. Yeah. And it would help them drastically. And Arizona, you know, they with Kyler Murray, he probably gonna be out for the whole year, and they got their new coach. I don't know why he took the job. The guy from
have mercy on his soul, man.
Yes, man. And so Kyler, he's probably not going to play at all this year with that ACL. He said he's not going to play until he feel like he's 100% healthy. So, so you already know what that means.
So might as well the Cardinals stick with that number 3 overall and get your quarterback. Might as well. That's the way that he's talking, man. Yeah. Because is their backup still McCoy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or now get you Jimmy G.
Something and try to work on. Hopefully, you can find a sucker out there that'll take him.
Exactly.
But with that contract, I don't know. That's gonna be the problem.
So, you know, since we're in on subject with that coach, do you think him and Murray's going to work out?
I don't know. I think the only person for Murray was the one they fired, Kingsbury. Yeah. Yeah. That I don't think, man, it's going to. He marched to the beat of his own drum. Yeah. God, his way. And I guess he's been treated like that forever, you know. And I can't believe he's still getting away with it in the NFL. Yeah. You know, like, I would have never signed him for that. Congrats to him for getting the money. Yeah, yeah. But as a GM,
what that deal is bad for the organization.
It's only good for one person. And that's Kyler. Yeah. Everybody else is bad for. It's bad for the receivers. Everything. Yeah. So I don't know. I would have never done it, man.
The Cardinals, man, are going to suffer for the next couple of years. Oh, yeah. Man. Yeah. It's going to take for that organization to get back into the rhythm, man. But there's signs that Murray looks like a toxic person in that building, man. It's either his way or no way, man. It's looking like that. And the organization, I'm surprised that they're bowing down to his commands, man. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, might as well give him the keys to the stadium as well.
Yeah, might as well. The way they treat him. And for somebody who ain't really done much.
Hasn't done anything, bro. Like, I don't even believe he's won a playoff game as well. No. He's been to a playoff game.
He got beat down.
He got beat down by the Rams that playoff game. Now that I remember, man. Yeah, and he still blamed everybody else except for him.
Bingo. There you go.
I ain't no neither, man.
That's the problem.
That right there sounds like a problem child right there.
Yes, man. Real.
Well, let's go to the next head coach that got hired, man. The new coach for the Colts. Mm-hmm. What's his name, DC?
Shane Steichen?
Steichen. I think that's a good hire for the Colts right there. The Colts needed a new head coach badly. I was kind of hoping they would stick with Jeff Saturday. Fortunately, they didn't, man. So That's a good hire from them right there. Can't wait to see how that team's going to look with that head coach and the offensive play calling as well. We'll see, man. You already got a good running back right there. The missing piece, really, you need another wide receiver.
Yes,
and that
wouldn't hurt at all with Michael Pittman.
And you need a quarterback. And the Colts got the fourth pick overall in the first round this year. And we'll see what they're willing to give up to get that number one overall pick from the Bears, hopefully. And I'm just interested, man, like how much they have to give up and what they have to give up or who they go give up. Because right now, like I said, the Bears, man, like they were like, we want 2 first-round picks and a player. They could say that easily, man.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
Easily.
I know. That's what I would. That's where I would start if I'm them.
It was like
2 first-round picks and a player.
Yep.
That's exactly where I would start.
That's the starting off right now. I was like, whoever gives me the better deal, that's the one I'm gonna take.
Exactly right.
So, but then again, you don't want the Colts to go all the way in the bottom 10th.
Right.
4th, you can still get a. Oh yeah. You get a legitimate elite player. If you're trying to go defense. Or you're trying to go offense wise, you can still get a legitimate player from right there, man. But so congratulations to the Colts on that. Even though I can't stand y'all sometimes, but yeah, man, congratulations on that.
And that's
man.
What gives me the reason to believe that they're gonna try to jump to that number 1 spot.
They have to.
Yeah, why would I take the head coaching job and I don't know who my quarterback's gonna be?
They said in a press conference.
Yeah, the owner. When we talking in the interview with the owner. You got to promise me that we're going to go and get this quarterback. Or at least try and give it our best shot because I don't want to go into the season. My first year with, I don't know who the hell going to be on the center. Why would I do that and waste 1 year of my record? Yeah, because, whether it's quarterback or not, that's still on your record. Yeah. You are what your record say you are. You may never get another head coaching job. You go in there the first 2 years, no quarterback.
But Matt Ryan is still the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
He's on a contract with them.
Yeah. Let's see how that went.
Yeah.
They got to. I'm sure they made him some kind of promises, man. We're gonna do all we can do to get one of these 3, just to help you out.
Yeah,
because of course you can't bring Jalen Hurts with you.
For real, man. Like Jalen Hurts had an awesome season this year, man.
Yeah, he did.
From last year, man, he got the bricks.
Yes,
in the playoff, he got his bricks beaten really bad.
Yeah, and he went out and he had the same guy that worked with Deshaun Watson, the trainer, the quarterback coach.
And
he fired him.
He fired him?
That's what. Yes, last year. Yeah. And the whole summer he hired this other guy. His last name is House. Yeah. And that's when he made the jump to how good he is now. Yeah, when he was working with the guy with Deshaun Watson, with the same guy C.J. Stroud is working with.
Yeah, man. What's that guy's name, bro? Like,
he kicked him to the curb, man. Now look at him.
Quince. Quince.
Avery.
Yeah.
Avery, yeah. He fired Quincy Avery, and he got with this guy over the summer last year. And you see how the leaps and bounds he made. And, of course, he's going to go out there, and he's going to get this big, probably going to get $500 million.
You know what, man? Like, I feel like sometimes, man, you need to give a opportunity to up and coming, like a quarterback coach, a chance.
Yeah.
Because when you go to one that really has potential high clients already, you're not gonna be the top priority,
right?
Because you're not proven.
That's right.
So he's gonna put you aside like that. But Quince, this is his name. So Quince, he has a lot of. He does a lot of those camps, those quarterback camps, and he does a lot of that. Like he's very well known. But he does too much.
Yes,
you need somebody that's 1-on-1. Like I call you, you pick. I mean, you work out.
Absolutely, and that's what Hurts did. He went out and found him another guy, and his accuracy and all that stuff just
perfect
shot
decision.
Up the
Excellent,
roof.
Man.
Yeah, man. He's making some throws I never thought he'd make, especially in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
On the biggest stage.
Yeah.
He shined. And that's why I don't have a problem with him. Whatever they want to give him, the $500 million, give it to him.
Whatever team he has behind him that's helping him to make them decisions, excellent job, man.
Absolutely, yes.
It's like, hey, man, like, that's a perfect example right there, man. You need to surround yourself with people that have the best interest in you, and not just like, yeah, man, you should just have a yes man right there. No, I need you to tell me the truth, even though I don't want to hear it.
That's right.
You know, it's like you got to have that good camp around you, man. You like you need people that is gonna have the best interest in you, and whoever his people is, man, whoever's telling him what moves he need to make, congratulations. Looking out for his career, because now he's about to be one of the big top dog quarterbacks getting paid next season for
he's
sure.
Gonna have a hell of a contract, and he's got a hell of a squad of people around him, like you said, and that's what you need to be successful. And like he like I said, if I'm him, I wouldn't touch the field again.
Yeah,
but he's the type of guy that'd be like, I'm gonna go play anyway.
Yeah,
even though I ain't got my contract, I think he'd still go out there and play. But the Eagles not gonna let it get to that point. And I'm guessing he gonna get $500 million.
Yeah,
that's what I would give him. I would do him like the Mahomes contract over like 8 to 10 years. Just spread it out, so you can go back and keep restructuring it if you need to. And because they got their quarterback of the future, ain't no reason to wait.
Yeah,
and he done showed you everything you need to see. He showed you way more than what Lamar gonna show you.
Yeah,
he took you all the way there to the game.
Yeah,
of course he had better receivers than Lamar, so. That's another issue with Baltimore. They never gave him receivers, so now you can't just
the one that did have to trade him away.
Yeah. So, and of course when the Lamar deal, all the guys who came in and interviewed for OC, they let them know that we don't know if Lamar gonna be here or not. So that's why they ended up with Todd Monken versus some of the other candidates that came in and interviewed for the job. So they don't know for sure if he's gonna be there.
Yeah.
So you got to determine what kind of offense you're gonna run.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. And that subject, man, with offensive coordinators, man, Eric the Big Enemy.
Yeah.
He's a new offensive coordinator, same position that he's coming from the Chiefs. He's going to the Commanders to be the offensive coordinator with the head coach Ron Rivera. We're gonna see what happens over there, man. But congratulations to Eric the Big Enemy.
Yes.
This is a move he had to make because there's still potential. People saying that it's not him calling play calls. Is all what's his name?
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid. It's all Andy Reid calling these plays. But for him to get a head coaching job, he paired up with the defensive coach because he knows the offense is all him. That's going to be all him. And this is a move he has to make. Now, let's say the Commanders do make the playoffs. Right. Does he get a head coaching job, DC?
Oh, ain't no doubt.
If his offense is top 15 at least?
Because his quarterback is going to be Sam Howell, a second-year quarterback out of North Carolina. So if he can go over there,
especially with that quarterback,
if you can improve the offense with that guy, then of course, he gonna get a job. But my thing, Fredo, is why now and why? Because you went to a team with basically don't know who their quarterback's gonna be. I guess you want to go because it ain't no way but up. But if you're gonna just make a lateral offensive move, you think you go somewhere with a quarterback at least. And I'm starting to think, maybe that some bad blood all of a sudden between him and Andy Reid. Maybe there's some stuff behind the scene going on that we don't know about for him to make that move now.
Yeah.
Of course, now Matt Nagy is going to be the OC for the Chiefs, and maybe the enemy was just waiting around, maybe see if Reed retire. And they might have told him that, if he does, you may not be the head coach in waiting, or we'll just go out and find somebody else. But it's pretty strange to me for him to make that move to a team like Washington versus some of the other teams he could have went to that needed OCs. So, but only time will tell. I can say if he can improve that offense, hey, he'll get a job.
Yeah.
Yep. For sure. I'm like Steelers or somebody should have called him.
Yeah.
Go to Pittsburgh. They need one.
Yeah.
Even though they kept the one from last year, but they could use an OC like him. But Washington, I don't understand that.
Absolutely, man. So, with that move right there, it was a move, like you said, had to be done, needed to be done, but we don't know what was the reasons behind it. Now, I get it, man. Like, if Andy Reid was not to be the coach, let's say the next 2 to 3 years, they told him, hey, man, no matter what, if when he leaves, man, like, we're gonna look for a new head coach. We're not gonna promote within. So maybe he saw it as like, all right, fine, I just need to start making my moves for me now, And in the past, 2 years ago, he was a top candidate to be a head coach. Head coach.
Yeah.
In 2020, like he was the name. He was the guy. After Kansas City won their Super Bowl, he was the top ranking to be a potential head coach, but he never had that opportunity. He interviewed for a lot of teams, but he never got that. I know you and Jerron have mentioned that his interview process is not really that good. Yeah. The way he interviews is not that well. That we've heard that, that's been allegedly reported. That plays a big part, and also, what Jerron say, he's had past issues, and I guess teams are not ready to take that on. Yeah. We know that he's a strong-headed, minded person. He's got a certain way to deal with people as more in the rough side. And some owners don't want to deal with that. Right. Players don't want to deal with that. Yeah. Yeah. But he's going to a team that, he's not going to be the guy steering the wheel. Right. He's going to be the guy giving suggestions to what gear you should put in. Yeah. So we'll see, man. But if it does elevate and he doesn't get a head coaching job in the next year or two, some question marks on him, man.
Yeah, and I think the only good thing about going to Washington is that Rivera, he's a defensive guy. Yeah. And he may just say, hey, you take over this offense stuff and do whatever you need to do. I'm staying over here and let you run this and see what happens. So we still can't count out some of those other Derek Carrs and the Garoppolos. Yep. They just may make a move. They got some players. Yeah, they do. They got some players on both sides of the ball.
They do.
So it wouldn't if he can come out there and work magic with that offense, they right in the mix. Yep. And the problem is they're in the same division with the Eagles and the Cowboys. Yeah. That's where the problem comes in.
And also the Giants as well. You can't take a win from the Giants. Those three teams, except for the Commanders, made the playoffs. And that's the principle from that division itself. Yes. A division that we weren't expecting that to happen, even this year. Coming in, we knew that the Eagles had a question mark behind them. Who would have thought the Giants? Would have made the playoffs this year as well. But all three of them made them, man. Yeah. And Cowboys, surprisingly, if it wasn't for their backup quarterback, what's his name?
Cooper.
Cooper. As soon as Prescott was out, I was like, oh, that's it. They're done. Yeah. They're done.
Gerard thought they were done too.
Yeah. Gerard came here sad the next day. He was ready to hang himself, but luckily he didn't. But yeah, man, that dude won 5 games out of 6. And Prescott comes in, takes over. It wasn't great, but but they managed through. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens with that division. It's gonna be hard, but if the Commanders do get in to the playoffs with that team in that division, we'll see what's up.
You know what? You mentioned that Cooper Rush. I think he's a free agent.
He is?
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna see if the Cowboys go pony up and give him something to be the backup quarterback because the last couple of years, he done got hurt. Dak done got hurt.
All right, Cooper Rush, he's up there in age, right? Let me see. Like, I'm trying to check out his stats real quick. Cooper Rush. I don't think he is a free agent. Oh yeah, he is. He is. Yeah. I just had him right here. All right, so he's 29 years old, man. So he's 29 years old. I say, why would you not stay? Yeah. Let me see. I just had this dude right here. All right, so right now his contract's under $1 million. It's $977,000. So why would you not stay? Like, why don't you give him like a contract of $2 million?
Yeah. Because he got leverage. Yeah. Because he's like, man, I came in and won 5 games for you this year.
Yeah.
That's a good backup. It's hard to find. Like the Colt McCoy and the Chase Daniels and Chad Henne with the Chiefs. Who, if he wouldn't have scored that touchdown when Mahomes went out for that series, who knows what the rest of the playoffs would have been, man.
Exactly.
A good backup quarterback is always good to have, man.
And Chad Henne is making he made $2 million this year.
Yeah.
That's easy $2 million, bro. You got Patrick Mahomes,
and he retired.
Yeah.
So what if Chiefs want to pay Cooper Rush money to come be their backup quarterback?
Ooh, yeah. I mean, they're willing to spend $2 million right there.
Yeah.
So if the Cowboys want to keep Cooper Rush, they're gonna have to pay.
Yeah, you got to beat some other teams out.
Yeah, $2 million.
Because it ain't nothing like having a team and then your quarterback go down and you're like, oh, that's my season over. We ain't even got a chance.
Yep.
And you got a loaded team like the Cowboys got, and your quarterback go down and your season's over.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
If you got a team that good, the next best thing you can have is a good backup quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That's so the whole season don't go to waste.
Mm-hmm. Jeff Driscoll, that's our backup.
Uh-huh.
He makes more money than Cooper Rush.
Look at that. Boy, I tell you. Oh,
and I'm pretty sure that Cooper would have improved the Texans if he was with them. So, man, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. I mean, I didn't know that, DC.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know he was a free agent.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he made less than $1 million, bro.
That's one ain't nobody talking about. But, hey, Dax done went out a couple of times the last few years. So, they need to keep him.
Yeah.
He pretty much knows the system. I don't know how much McCarthy's going to change the system now that he's going to be the OC.
Yes.
But, yeah.
Yes.
So, you hold on to him.
Yeah, we're going to see how that comes, man.
He'll be the backup in the Chargers if Chase Daniels retire. He'll go over there with the OC.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if that happens now.
Yeah.
All right. What else we got for everybody today, DC?
I was just I seen the Commanders that they got the young kid on Chase Young on defense.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying they're not gonna sign his 5th-year deal yet. Which, man, that dude, when they picked him, he was like a top 5 pick.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, they talking about not doing his 5th-year option right now. I guess it's because some games he's missed or something. But if I'm them, hey, take care of that young. 'Cause I think he just had some bad luck. I don't think he's just injury prone. I just think he's had some bad luck over the last few years. If I'm you, man, that may be a generational talent. Just go ahead and take care of it.
Yeah, unfortunately, man, like he got hurt last season.
Yeah,
towards the end of the season,
mm-hmm.
and this year I don't want to say he even played whatsoever.
No,
there was mention for him possibly coming in the last 2 weeks of the season, but he didn't even play a single snap this season. That's sad. Mm-hmm. So I think the Commanders know that there's something really wrong with him.
Yeah,
something that they're not willing to take a chance on.
Yeah, they may know something that we don't know.
Yeah. So who knows, man? So if he doesn't get they're gonna pick up his 5th-year option this season, DC.
Yeah,
that means that next year he's a free agent, right?
Yeah. So if he goes out there this year and he come back with, once again, one of those things, he go out there 12, 13 sacks, price just went up.
Exactly.
Yeah, even if you franchise them, the defensive ends are one of the top paid as well as franchise.
Yeah.
So you just gotta be real careful with it and watch it close. Yeah.
Ooh, that's crazy, man.
Did you hear anything about Mac Jones maybe getting traded from the Patriots?
Yeah. So I heard that, and I was gonna bring that up. I saw that there's potential talks now that the Patriots want to trade Mac Jones, possibly to the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Josh McDaniels sees something in him.
I guess so.
He wants him to come over there. Yeah. He has a hell of a receiver over there.
Yeah.
Something that Mac Jones haven't had.
Yeah, right.
Right. But I heard about that. This is pretty wild. Maybe Belichick wants to bring Garoppolo back.
Could be.
So, hey, man, like I never want to trade you. My owner made me because the owner wanted to listen to TB12. And, it was like, hey, man, maybe he wants to bring Garoppolo back home.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because the Raiders, they may have no choice. They may be desperate. Now that Derek Carr, they may have to overpay just to get Mac Jones.
And Belichick's going to take advantage of that.
Oh, ain't no doubt. He is. Because they say that most people don't think that Mac Jones is much better than the backup, but Zappy. Because when he came in, he showed a little promise. So Belichick may feel like now I got Bill O'Brien back as the OC.
A real offensive coordinator.
Yes, he can do something. I can trade him and get something from Mac Jones.
That right there would be crazy, dude, because, I mean, Mac Jones he's not that bad.
No.
He's really not bad. He's not had a legitimate wide receiver, a true number one receiver. Right. His best receiver was Myers.
Yeah,
and not even that, maybe.
No.
So yeah, man. So yeah, that's crazy. I saw that. Potentially he might get traded to the rate or what they're up for trade talks.
Yes,
we don't know what team exactly, but
yeah,
I don't see why not the Raiders wouldn't go reach for him.
Yeah.
So what else you got for me, DC?
I seen somewhere. I think Joe Mixon may end up getting cut.
Yes,
with the Bengals, man.
Because off the field issues he has. He got cut up once again. Some drama. This time, there's some I believe that they said there's some footage of him getting into trouble. I don't know what exactly it is. I just know that it doesn't look good for him.
Right.
So in the offseason, I believe that he's going to court and go see what's up with that. I don't know if the Bengals want to deal with something like that, but then again, the Bengals are a cheaper organization, and they might just even deal with it and maybe give him another chance. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and they might. But the thing about it, what they got is the backup running back, Samaje Perine. That dude is good. He's just behind Mixon. He don't get to play. He may be as good as Mixon, but he just don't get a chance.
Yeah.
When him and they both come out of Oklahoma, he set the record for college rushing, man. Samaje Perine, but he just hadn't got a chance to be a full-time starter. And if I'm not mistaken, he may be a free agent this year too. And don't be surprised if you see a big name team pop up and get him. Because he can go. He just hadn't had a chance to be a full-time starter.
Yeah.
So the kid can run the ball. Yep.
Yeah. All right. What else, DC? What else you got for us?
Fredo, how you feeling about your offensive coordinator you got from the 49ers, the quarterback coach over there?
Oh, man.
Slovic.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So that right there lets you know that he's bringing the 49ers Kubiak Shanahan system back to Houston. I'm excited about that. I get it. All right. So I knew whatever D'Amico was coming from, he was going to bring that offense with him. And that was another reason why I wanted him as a head coach. Because I knew you bring him, you bring one of his colleagues from the 49ers that's going to bring that offense. And I'm excited. So at least I know the next 2 to 3 years, we're going to have him as our offensive coordinator. I feel like the running game we have already is solid.
Yes.
We need one more backup. I want to go for a veteran, or I would love to go to a rookie, but I feel like with the veteran leadership in the backfield can help us as well. Our offensive line, we need help in our guards. We need one more guard in the center. Our tackles are good. Wide receivers, we need a wide receiver, man. We need a wide receiver. We know Brandon Cooks is still up in the air. I know he's ready to leave the Texans, but with the hiring D'Amico Ryans, we don't know if he might change his mind. But then again, I don't want him in the locker room because he's already a bad type of vibe in the locker room already. So get rid of that. Start fresh. Start brand new. And our tight ends, hopefully they can bring back Akins.
Yeah.
He improved last year. He came in, I want to say week 4, and he took over that number 1 tight end spot.
Good.
And of course we need a quarterback.
Yeah.
And we'll see what's going to happen with that. Like I've mentioned in past episodes, if Mills stays as a quarterback, as a starter, I wouldn't be mad at that, man.
Right.
Just because we know also the next year's quarterback class coming out is nice as well. If anything, I think it's more loaded next year than this year's. But yeah, I wouldn't be mad at that if Mills stay for one more year, be cheap at least,
right?
And we'll see what's up.
Yeah, you know what? The good thing about when you get those guys that come from teams like the 49ers, some of the free agents want to come too. And like you were saying, you need another guy in the backfield. Don't be surprised if you hear the name Raheem Mostert. He was in San Francisco. He went to Miami. He's a free agent this year. Don't be surprised if he's the guy that comes and back up Pierce. Yeah, just to change the pace guy. He got hurt the last couple of years, but he still be a change of pace guy.
Yeah.
And there's other guys that they had running backs that came through that 49er system. Jeff Wilson. Now that McCaffrey's there, guys like Jeff Wilson, those guys can move on because McCaffrey's going to hold that down.
Yeah, he is.
Him and Elijah Mitchell, at least for the next 2 or 3 years. So any of those guys that's been back up over there, they may get a chance to get a little bit extra playing time in Houston in the same system. Which everybody, hey, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited with him being named as the OC of the Texans. And I like that he's been with that system since he was in quality control.
Yep.
He's been with Shanahan since the Redskins days.
Yes.
And he followed him going to San Francisco. So he's been with the whole Kubiak Shanahan system already for almost his whole career since he was in quality control. When he was basically he was in charge of the equipment and all stuff. And he's been around that type of environment, that type of culture they're trying to run. And I think that's the same culture that D'Amico wants to run in Houston as well. But yeah, man, I'm excited for that, man. I'm also happy that they were willing to retain the special teams coordinator coach, something Ross. Yeah. So I'm excited that they're keeping him here in Houston. The special teams last year was one of the best ones last year. Yeah. So we'll see what that brings for next season.
Yeah, with D'Amico, I'm glad that y'all got him, man. He's a hell of a hire because he seems like the guy. They always just use this phrase, leader of men.
Yeah.
But I think he legitimate is going to be the leader of men. He'll be the coach that when he walks in the locker room, people stop talking. They respect that.
Yes.
Now, but the guy who went to Arizona, I don't know if he's that type to command the room like that when they walk in. There's certain guys I know that Mike Tomlin, when he walks in, I'm pretty sure his players respect him, Belichick. And I think D'Amico is going to be along the lines, I don't know about record-wise, but as far as commanding the room when he walks in, the attention, the respect that he gets, I think he's going to be one of those guys.
Yeah.
That, people are going to look up to him.
Because it starts from there, man. And it starts from the head coach because the head coach, that's the guy that you're going to deal with day to day. That's the guy that you're going to see in the locker room every day. The GM, he might pop his head here and there, but it's not going to be like the head coach. That's the guy that you go bump elbows with. That he's going to be right there next to you. If you need him, he's going to be right there. You could tell that he is the man of men, and it helps that he's a former player. He's a coach now. Now he's a head coach of a team that needs to be rebranded. Needs to be revamped. Basically, like need a new face. And why not with the character and the coach of D'Amico Ryans, man?
Yeah, of course.
This is the guy that's. It might take a year or two to see a real improvement, but it starts from the locker room.
Yeah, of course. You'll know it's going to take a year or two, but after year one, you'll see some of it then.
Exactly.
It's going to take a while.
On game day, we're going to see how hard these players are going to play for him.
Yep.
And what they're willing to do to win every Sunday.
Yes.
We're going to see that, man. I'm excited about that, man.
That's why I'm glad he got a 6-year deal.
Yeah.
That's the main thing I want him to do, get a 6-year deal. So he really gets a chance to show.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to see a difference real early.
Yeah.
Real early. Probably starting draft.
Free agency.
Yeah. Yes.
I can't wait to free agency. What former players or what potential free agents he's going to bring in.
There's some on the 49ers that's going to be available this year. I think one of the cornerbacks or the safety is going to be available. So don't be surprised once again. Hey.
So I can't wait, man. And his energy, man, and the sidelines when he was the defensive coordinator, man, he'd be right there shouting, screaming, jumping up and down, bro.
Yep.
Man, like that's energy right there.
That's what you want.
And your players feed off the energy, no matter what, man, he brings a positive attitude, and that's what we need sometimes,
Yeah, and good thing about him, he didn't leave football. Like some of these guys, they leave football and go be an analyst and then try to get back into it. It seems like he just walked off the field and just got on the sideline and started working his way up.
So as soon as he put his helmet down, he grabbed his headset.
Yeah.
Guns, all right, man. Like, he started from a quality control guy. He every year he ranked up fast as well. That lets you know, man, there's some people that's or stuck in some positions 2 to 3 years, like a David Culley.
Yeah.
You know,
20-some years.
And never got to a coordinator job. I still scratch my head. Why was he a head coach? But anyways, but yeah, man. But he moved up the ranks quickly, and he got praise from his peers and players, man. Yeah. So that right there, man, that's exciting, man.
You should be. You should be. You got your head coach.
Man, I can't wait for that, man. Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's why this offseason for me, man, seems so. Even though this is the first Sunday, it's so sad, man.
Yeah.
I was like, man, because already with the head coach, and like I can't wait for the free agency draft, and and then the schedule comes out. I wonder how many prime times we get. We only got one this year. Yeah. There was teams that didn't get. I want to say it was like 3 teams that didn't get no prime time games whatsoever.
Right.
But we got one. So.
And sometimes the draft that dictates that kind of stuff. You get a guy like Bryce Young, they'll give you another prime time game just so you can showcase him.
Yeah.
So, and I'm ready to see Fredo. I know you won't be there the first game, but what the energy is going to be like there?
No, I'm gonna be the first.
First game. What the building's going to be like, man? You know it's going to be electric.
Like, all right, I know that again. I'm not getting the season tickets this year, but I'm gonna go to the first game.
Yeah.
Like I want to see what the energy is going to be like, man. Like I'm like now that with the D'Amico hired, and like I can't wait to what way they go with the draft.
Yeah.
Quarterback or defense. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the two potential that they could go for, which either or.
Yeah.
I want to be mad at.
Right.
This year at least. And I know that I wanted Bryce Young. Now, if we had the number 1 overall pick, I know we're getting Bryce Young.
Right.
Right. Maybe the Texans say, hey, that's our guy, but if we can't get him, our number 2 guy's a defensive guy. Either Will Anderson or from Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Carter.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's the number 1, 2, 3 guy, and maybe the number 4th guy, maybe Stroud.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we'll see, man. But right now, possibilities. I see the Texans maybe trading out for that number 1. Maybe
it's that's
a possibility.
Yeah.
Now I wouldn't want that to go that route.
Right.
Just because even I said it with the whole Champagne thing, I don't want the Texans to give up picks.
Right.
I really don't. I say, man, if you go give up picks, just stick with Davis Mills, man, and just wait till next year.
Yeah, because Chicago, they may want 2 and 12.
No, I was like, no,
it's tough right there.
No, that's not worth it, man.
Yeah, right.
Like the Texans, right now, I can tell you what needs they need. I'm gonna start off with the needs that they don't need. They don't need a corner.
Right.
They don't need a safety. They don't need a running back.
Right.
They don't need tackles. But everything else from that,
you need it.
That's what they need.
Yeah.
And that's 4 positions out of what, 22?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like they need a bunch of things, and they can't give up the farm with the picks.
That's right.
To move up another spot where you could have just lose that last game. God, man, but no, man, like
I feel you, man. I feel you because you go out there and you draft this quarterback number 2 overall,
not guaranteed,
right? And your team still ain't ready for 3 years. So why would you do that?
Exactly.
Just go ahead and take the defensive players and start working on that side of the ball. You'll get a chance to get a quarterback. I would figure, yeah, because you got too many holes, to find out if the quarterback's any good anyway.
Yeah,
you're gonna be putting them in some strange positions out there.
Now, mind you, man, once Deshaun Watson came in here, bro, the team was already stacked. We were missing the quarterback.
Yes.
Like we had a J.J. Watt.
Yeah.
We had a Clowney.
That's the way
we
you
had
want
a Hawkins. We had a Fuller.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
That's the way you want to do it.
And like once Deshaun came in,
pick 11 or 12.
We went up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like right now, that's why I want to be mad.
Right.
Because I've gone through this team with the bad. It hasn't been good in a while. I was like, I could deal with it one more year, but at least I know we're heading the right direction.
That's the key.
And they started already with the head coach.
That's it.
The GM, I like the GM. He has made some questionable moves with the 2 head coaches.
Yes.
But I feel like that wasn't him. I feel like that was more the people above him. I don't know who exactly. But I feel like now the ownership and the GM made the right move with the hiring of DeMeco Ryans. Now we could just let the GM be the GM and not have to worry about being a head coach on Sundays as well.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's gonna work. It's gonna work. Just stay out of DeMeco's way. He gonna put the right people around, and I think it'll be okay. So, like I said, you got a lot of holes to fill, lots and lots, and it may take a couple of years.
Yeah.
But the Bears last year, they were losing, but they were competitive in a lot of those. They were just getting blown out.
Yeah.
And that's when you can tell, your team you got some growth going on.
Yeah.
As the season goes on, you see the way they lose, it's competitive. But, when you're just getting blowed out every week, there's a problem there. Mm-hmm. There's a lack of locker room control or something's going on. And that's what you don't want.
Yeah.
You don't want bad chemistry throughout the whole locker room.
Yeah.
So. And I think that's what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But with DeMeco, that ain't going to, from right day one, that ain't going to even happen.
Exactly.
He's going to take care of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what, man? Let's talk about your Titans, bro.
Uh-huh.
So, how do you feel about your Titans coming in, man? Like, you still got the same head coach.
Mm-hmm.
To me, he's an excellent head coach. I know he was our defensive coach, our coordinator for 1 year. Even though that 1 year didn't, like the Texans didn't do good under that 1 year. He was a defensive coordinator, but overall as a head coach, he's excellent, man. Mark Vrabel, we're talking about here, and I see that y'all hired our old offensive coordinator, Tim Kelly.
Yes.
How do you feel about that, man? With that hiring,
I was a little leery about it because he was on the team all of last year, just as a QB coach, and now they promoted him to OC. I don't think it could be any worse. But we still got problems. Tannehill.
Yeah.
We got some offensive line issues.
Yeah.
Secondary issues. So, but maybe if he come in and change the play calling up, I really want to see what happens in this draft. What they do with that pick. If they take a player or if they trade back.
Yeah.
We definitely need a receiver. And if they traded back for more picks from 11, I'm good with that too, because when we fired our GM, I think it was him and Vrabel just wasn't getting along, and I think he was making some questionable picks that's not even on the team. And I don't think that Vrabel wanted the quarterback we took last year. I really don't, because we drafted him in the 3rd round, and then when our starter gets hurt, Tannehill gets hurt, we have to go to the streets to get Josh Dobbs to come in and play towards the end of the year. Why are we drafting him in the 3rd round if he ain't even nowhere close to being ready? He should have never been drafted that early, and I think that's part of the reason they parted ways with the GM, with Robinson. A lot of questionable picks over the last few years, man. A lot of guys not even there anymore. A lot of guys get overpaid for, basically nothing.
So, real quick, man. So let me stop you right there. So, let's go back to the draft when the Titans traded A.J. Brown to the Eagles. You saw, as soon as that screen popped up, Vrabel just got up his chair.
Yeah.
And you could tell that wasn't excitement.
Right.
He was disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
You knew that he did. You know that he didn't know that was going to happen. That just came out of nowhere, and he just got up in his chair. Like, you could tell the frustration came out of him.
Yeah.
Seeing A.J. Brown what he did this year with the Eagles, man.
Yeah.
I know it has to hurt you.
Oh, man. Yeah. It did sting a little bit, for sure.
Yeah.
But like you said, the GM and Vrabel were not on the same page, and the owner realized that she's got a better head coach than she got a GM.
Yeah.
So she made the move, and she bought the guy from San Francisco. And that's why there have been talks of maybe Trey Lance coming to Tennessee from the 49ers. And that's where the Tannehill deal came from, going to the Jets, because the guy who was our OC is now with the Jets. He's like the quarterback coach, something like that. So that's why they think about they may try to come and get Tannehill, which they can do. Just give us a pick. Yeah. I'm fine with that, man.
Or like a second, 3rd round?
I'll be good with a 3rd. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, I'll be good with a 3rd because I believe in this GM is going to go out there and find another quarterback. Yeah. Maybe a veteran his first year.
Yeah.
Maybe Garoppolo. You never know from the 49er ties. You just don't know. That's why I'm glad we got our GM from the 49ers. Yeah. You get a chance to pick off that tree too. So I'm looking forward to it. If Tannehill walks, he walks because, man, the $40 million, the $38 million that we got to pay him, it ain't going to be worth it.
Yeah.
You know, we got one receiver, and we definitely need to work on that position to get another one, you know, before we do anything else, and not maybe a left tackle also. Yeah.
So with Tim Kelly, man, with this type of offense, he runs the Bill O'Brien type of offense. They say that offense is more hectic to run. That puts more on the quarterback. You know, some offenses, it goes through the center.
Mm-hmm.
Center makes some checkdowns. He calls out players, and with Tim Kelly's type of offense, man, it's more on the quarterback.
Right.
So the quarterback's right there looking. He has to make some changes.
Yes.
You know, so.
And I just don't. That's why I don't think Malik Willis is going to be ready for that.
Yeah, he's not good. That's too much for him, man.
A veteran or somebody like that. If you can't get something decent in the draft, it's going to be a veteran that comes in there.
Yeah.
I think we're done with Tannehill.
Yeah. What's it called? So, but overall, you said that this is an improvement for y'all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do. Like I said, kind of like you guys, just waiting to see what this draft going to bring in this offseason, the free agency.
Yeah.
Because we in cap trouble too, so we're going to have to let some guys go.
Yeah.
Just so we can re-sign some of our other players that we really need to keep.
Yeah.
So that's why I say you never fall in love with the players. Even the GM, it's a business.
Yeah.
You know, you got to do what you got to do best for the team.
Yeah.
The bad contract, hey, admit it was a bad contract and move on from it.
Yeah.
No, just don't leave your team cap strung like that. When there's players available, you can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else you got for us today, DC?
Fredo. I think that's it, Fredo. Yeah. I think that's it, man.
Let me see. I want to say, man. I want to say, that's it for today.
Yeah.
Got to say some stuff for the next episode. But yeah, man. Real quick, man. You know this Super Bowl, this past one right here.
Mm-hmm.
So far, it's the third best Super Bowl with views.
Wow.
Yeah. The number one is still the Patriots and the Seahawks when Butler got the interception. So far, that's the one that has the most views right now. But yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, that's the one with the most views right now. But yeah, man. One more thing, man. What do you think about Rex Ryan coming back to be a?
He needs to stay in that chair like Jeff Saturday. He needs to stay in that chair, man.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Half the players on the defense don't even know who you is, man. You know?
Yeah.
Don't do it, man. You should have kept the guy you had.
Yeah.
You know, and he got the job in Carolina. So don't do that, man. Just leave Rex where he at.
Yeah.
And just go find your younger guy.
Yeah, like I feel like the game has passed him as well, man. I mean, Rex Ryan's best defense, man, was with the Ravens.
Yeah.
You know, and that was what, 2020?
Yeah.
No,
he made a living off that.
2003?
Yeah.
That was the last time?
The rest of his career, he made a living off of that.
Yeah, and because of that job, we got him a head coaching job as the Jets.
Yep.
Now,
Buffalo.
They had a good defense with the Jets when he was the head coach.
Yeah, with Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, but that only worked out maybe 3-4 years.
Right.
And after that, man, like he had no control, man. Like you could tell players lost respect for him, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But man, all right, man. I want to say that's it for today's episode, man. Let's wrap it up. Sure. Let's hold some stuff for next week. But thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please like us, follow us, subscribe to us on YouTube or Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And also, you know, if you want to find us in the social medias, Fredo's Football Talk, Facebook, Instagram, type our name, we should pop up. But man, I appreciate y'all tuning in, checking us out. And don't worry, guys. Sundays it might be a little bit boring, but find a hobby to do. You know, put some mulch in your grass. You know, just look at the birds. You know, buy your butterfly book and go look for butterflies or something. If not, man, just tune in for us, man. We're gonna keep you updated and entertained. But other than that, thank you for tuning in and see y'all next week.
Later.
Peace.